Hello Virgo, welcome to your Astroflower reading for the Equinox reading. This is going to be a 3-month reading. We're going to be putting 3 sets of the Astroflower, giving you month by month sort of blow, as it were. We've had done a collective reading as well, which you'll find on this channel, and I'll see you there. Thank you very much for being here and subscribing and what have you. Let's just get straight in and see what's going on with the energy here. Okay. I think this is a case of 2 parts, and it's been a lot of cases of most people, really. I think it starts off on the relationship side, and as we go through the next sort of 3 months, I think you're going to find it's going to move more towards to the financial sort of side. Just the energy, that is. Doesn't really telling you what's happening or anything like that. That's why we're going to pull some cards. Let's get straight in here with your overall energies. Overall energies, change of fortune. This is really nice beginning for you. It does feel nice, actually, as energy goes. And it does sort of there is highs and lows in everybody's life, and here we're definitely having a high coming through at this moment on the right hand side. Let's just see what's going on with your karmic message here. 8 of Wands, nice. A lot of information coming through, a lot of messages coming through for you. It's being attentive to the situation within the relationships around you. It's understanding or hearing those little messages that are at the back, so that sometimes somebody says something and they mean something else, and you can feel it, and you can get those sort of coincidences or those sort of understandings that are around you. In a good way, it could also mean sort of following those hidden signs that are sort of saying, yes, go, go, go. You know, say things, open up. That sort of thing, and it gives that sort of that whole sort of vibe of what you're going to be going through. So depending on, obviously this is a general reading, this is not a personal reading. I do personal readings, which you can find in the link in the description below, but here is more of a case of yeah, understanding, and you know, for here you can have it both ways. If life is not treating you well, you should be listening to those messages. If life is treating you well, you should be listening to those messages, no matter what. Your job here this month is, and this is the first month, it's 21st of March going through to the 21st of April. Okay? 2 of Wands, concentrating on, 2 of Pentacles, sorry. Concentrating on what the universe is putting out to you. What is your feeling about the situation? What is your feeling about the relationships you are in? And this could be personal relationship or collective relationship. It's just the way you position yourself. I don't read for what your partner's doing and what your partner's thinking and things like that. That's not what's important. What's important is you, and what's important is how you position yourself. If people haven't got it, then it's going to become very clear to you who you should and who you shouldn't be with. Okay, you guys here are bringing in the social sort of side of stuff. As I said, I think it's going to start off on this side, and I think it's going to move over to this side. This first month here is all about socializing, concentrating on those relationships, not trying to do too much either, following the flow, and that's what the messages is all about as well. Just hearing and feeling those underlining messages, and your guides here in your past is actually trying to sort of bring those you know, those connections that you do have with people into your life, basically, through coincidences. That's what they're encouraging you to do as the past. Say, like, you might have been in a certain way, and you might have gone through difficulties in life, and it may taint you a little bit in regards to your love. And it's basically sort of saying, I think here is concentrate on enjoying yourself and bringing your love back out, basically. Lovers. Yeah, it's a really good start for you, Virgo. Really good start for you, Virgo. This is what's in your conversation within you. This is what you're talking to yourself about. You want to be in love. I think this is what it's sort of saying here. I'm not seeing someone coming to you. That is the thing. It may well be for some of you. You're going to may well meet the true love of your life. and within the socializing that you do, all of a sudden you're going to find the person that really corresponds to you. And concentrating, and the universe is trying to sort of get you to follow your heart by the looks of things. So very nice. Let's just see what's going on the material side of your life. So this is, we're talking about sort of your job, your business, and your projects. Let's just see what's going on here. There's a definite understanding. If you imagine, right, those are the messages that you're supposed to be sort of grasping onto, catching onto. That's what that is. Imagine all those wands. When you stick them together, you end up with a nice staircase. So you can get to that point, that start, that dream, those aspirations. And within your workspace, you know how to do it, Virgo. You've just got to do it. You know how to do it. And it should be fun trying to do it. You know, it's not necessarily going to be easy, but it should be fun trying to do it. Okay? So let's just see how the universe is trying to guide this for you. Well, they're giving you a pass. They're definitely giving you a helping hand here, sort of saying, just do it. Just do it and we'll help you. We'll guide you across this path from one stage to another. So if you're looking for a job, just get out there and start posting for jobs. You know, once you get into the flow, then it's a lot easier to get the job that you want. You're going to be orientated by it. You know, if you're in your career path, if you're in a company already and you want to move on in that company, just go ahead and do it. Push it. Push the envelope, as it were, because the universe here is sort of saying, we'll carry you across. Don't worry. You know, that's what the universe is trying to do. And this is what this change of fortune is all about. The universe is coming into your favor. Marrying body, mind, and soul. This is, it's not a case of just working like a dog, you know, putting in the hours, and therefore you should get results. It's a case of combining the two of, I enjoy what I'm doing, therefore I work hard and I work well. And I work a lot better when I'm enjoying myself. So this is the sort of thing that your guides are trying to encourage around you. As you connect with the people that are around you, connect with the situations that are around you. Yeah, I think this is it. I think you've got to go ahead and do it. Obviously, for some of you, it might be a case, I hear it, sort of like, you know, I've got no money, I haven't got the money, I haven't got the space, I haven't got the time, I haven't got the job. You know, yeah, obviously, if you haven't got it, then that just means you've got a lot of space to go and get it. And if you want it, you'll get it. And it's that determination that's lacking a little bit within your material world. And it's difficult, I know, for Virgo. You know, I've written books about Virgo. I've got lots of Virgos around me. I know they're huge. They've got huge amounts of ideas. They're fun-loving. They're very sociable and everything like that. The difficulty Virgos have is crossing the line, getting it over the line. And it's that last 10 meters that is the most difficult. It's like you go on if you go, you know, I used to do a lot of athletics. I was a sprinter mainly. But, you know, sometimes do a bit of long distances. And obviously you don't sprint that first 100 meters. That way you're not supposed to. But that last 100 meters that you're running of that, I don't know, that 5,000 meter race or whatever is it, 5K race, is the most difficult part. It's like you've got to really bring it out of you. And I think this is what the universe, or what you are, and what you need to understand in you this first month, is pulling out and doing it because you know how to do it. Have faith in yourself more than anything else. That's what I think it is. Yes, I think there's a lot of distraction in the regards of, and good distraction. You know, I think it's a good thing. I think you're concentrating mainly on your relationship side and how I want life. You know, I think that's really important. Ace of Swords, it's been coming up for everybody. New ideas coming to the fore. New way of doing things. Sort of coincidences that sort of happen that kind of go, wow, that's a real gift. And it is a real opportunity for you here. And I think this is mainly comes in on your relationship side. And it could well be the fact that you're meeting the person that corresponds to you, totally corresponds to you. If this is the case, then yeah, go for it. It's looking really nice. If you're looking for love, or even if you're in a relationship yourself at the moment, I would look to sort of listen to the other person, but also talk to the other person about sort of having fun, enjoying yourselves, going out, that sort of thing. If that's not happening, if you feel like you need an injection of love in your relationship, it's probably injection of social interaction, of or you know of meeting people, of you know valuing yourself, giving yourself value and giving your couple a value. But for those of you who are looking for love, yes, you really want it, that's for sure. I'm just not sure whether that person has actually shown up. It's a possibility, as I say here on this section here, that they are showing up, and it could be through something really stupid, like you have a car accident, very simple car accident. You know, you just sit in traffic, and you know someone you just happen to kind of go dunk. Oh damn. Oh look, sorry about that. Do apologise. You meet the person, you end up falling in love with the person. You know, it's that sort of thing. I think if you're going to meet someone, that's the sort of thing that's going to happen. It's going to be a little bit out of the blue and a bit sort of like, whoa, didn't see that coming. You know, sort of scenario. And yeah, I would follow it. But I would certainly follow the messages that are coming through from the universe, basically, coming through for your karmic sort of messages. Let's go on to the second month now. Let's just see what's going on the. This is between the 21st of April and the 21st of May. So you've got Temperance card here. Temperance card is about patience. It's the fact that she's pouring water, emotions from one side to the other. It's a little bit like an elephant that's sort of like standing there who's unfortunately in a zoo. What a stupid idea. But anyway, you know, the elephant that's just going a little bit mad because he's stuck in a cage when he should have countries to walk across. You know, just the concept of a country just sometimes does my head in. The fact that humans can turn around and sort of say, hey, you elephants, man, you haven't got passports, you're not allowed to go across here, what are you doing? You know, humans are very funny. But anyway, temperance, let's get back to that, shall we? Temperance card. Yeah, you know, it's waiting for that sun to rise, basically. That's what you're doing. And I wouldn't if I was you, because temperance is also a fact of, if you're having patience, you're having patience for something. And it might be a case that patience has come to an end and it's now time to act. It's a possibility. I think there's more of a case here in this month here between the 21st of April and 21st of May. I think it's like a transition. It's almost as if like the lights have gone green and now you're 2 or 3 cars back from the traffic lights, and you're putting your car in first gear, you're getting ready to go, basically. I think that's what this month is all about for you. Let's just see what the karmic message is for you here. Well, we get the 9 of Wands, healthy boundaries, basically. That's what the answer is. So you're getting a lot of messages that are firstly coming through to you. And all of a sudden you're in a position now where from the answers of that, this is where you can put in those healthy boundaries. So, and I think the healthy boundaries is about yourself more than anything else. It's almost like you've got to understand that I've been through this and I don't want to go back through it. So I think those healthy boundaries more apply to you. And it's realising those healthy boundaries. Realising how we shoot ourselves in the foot. You know. And the universe is, okay, so it comes up with a Magician card. So you can now sort of, from those healthy boundaries, you can use it as a sort of a point of reference of starting. So you can use it as a point of reference as you go off on your journey. So I'm not going back there. I've noticed those healthy boundaries. And now the universe is kind of saying, well, in that case, you've got all that social stuff going on and those connections going on with people. You should be concentrating on things. And the funny thing is that, you know, you look at the Magician, he's got that sort of like that infinity sign above their head because they're permanently making things. But also the 2 of Pentacles has that. And I think this is here is where almost the universe, as you're going through this socializing thing between the 21st of March and the 21st of May, the universe is already saying, time to start concentrating on your manifestation powers. It's time to start manifesting the things. If you want love, then this is what you're going to get. You know, you've got to put it out there. You've got to be in it to win it. Let's just see how your guides are sort of influencing you from here. This is real transition. Did I sound like a horse then? Sounded like it to me. Yeah, so Five of Swords. Walking away from complications. Walking away from sort of situations that cause you headache, basically. I'm not sure. I still think these are coming from... I think you've got to... Sometimes you've got to look at your shadow self. And, you know, complications can sometimes arise because we put too much expectations on others or even on ourselves and stuff like that. I think it's more of a case of that, to be honest. But it could be within all this socializing, it might well be that, say, like you've met someone and maybe some of your friends just don't agree with the person you've met, and you're just kind of like, you just don't want this argument. You know, you don't want to have that it's all exploded. Talking about conflict, and the cards just go all over the show. You know, let's just have a check, make sure everything's in the right order. Right, everything, or the right order, the right way round. Yeah, so I think this is what ties into these healthy boundaries. And this is how the guys are trying to remind you constantly of don't going back to that. Don't get into conflicts. Because when you bite, Virgo, you know, there's no pulling you back. You know, you've got a strong grip on the situation. When you got your bee in your bonnet, you've really got your bee in your bonnet. And it's maybe sort of saying to you, be careful of that. The Five of Pentacles. So obviously, normally this is a financial card, and we're on the emotional sort of side of life here. And I think maybe it's sometimes, you know, with your friends and stuff like that, and with your family and with the people around you, you've been socializing, you've been really connecting with people. You might found this person who really corresponds to you, and you're going to spend a lot of time with them. So just be wary of that in regards to people's view from the outside world upon you and your relationships. I think here is what you've got to manifest what you want to live. And I think the first, 21st of March, 21st of April, I think is the sort of thing you would really like to live. And it seems like between the 21st of April and 21st of May, in Taurus season, you seem to be pulled back in a way, more than anything else. And I think it comes from the outside world. So I wouldn't let people interfere with your life too much if I was you. And that's what those healthy boundaries could be all about. Seems to be the Two of Swords that was sitting around there. I don't know why. That's to do with sort of difficult choices to be made. Maybe that's what's got to be happening. There is a choice that needs to be made on that side. Let's just see what's going on your financial sort of side. The Moon. That's also to do with cycles, obviously moon cycles and what have you. And the moon cycle is dependent upon the Earth, but then also dependent upon the Sun. It doesn't actually have a plasma ball in the middle of it, so it doesn't. That's why it doesn't rotate. So it doesn't have its own energy source. It is completely dependent upon everybody else. And the thing is with the moon, it's unforeseen things. And the problem is those unforeseen things then becomes dependent upon how you think about something, your ideas of how those people are. It's all hearsay. It's all speculation. And it is, here is your karmic message here. I think 21st of April to 21st of May is going to be quite a difficult month for you here, Virgo. It's going to ask a lot about yourself. And that's what this patience card, maybe this temperance card, where she's pouring water from one side to the other. It's you're distilling something within you, and you need time to do that. So I think it's a case of seeing both sides of what the situation is with the Moon card here. It's I think it's Scorpio energy as well, who are incredibly, you've got a huge amounts of mental and emotional sort of energy within them. And this is sort of like seeing or looking at the world or your financial world where you have, you know, your emotions. You've inputted your emotions in the situation here, and with the financial world, it's working out mentally how you apply yourself and emotionally within your career, within your business. Let's just say you're running a business and you're really concentrating on getting the sales done and everything like that. So you're really pushing hard on the sales of your customers, and your customers are feeling that you're pushing the sale, which is not good. So then you sort of like take a step back, you apply your mental, you also apply a bit of the emotions in it, and actually enjoy selling to the person. So kind of, if someone comes into me, you know, if I was in a shop and they came into me and said, I'm looking for a cup, and I kind of go, yeah, but look at this plate. This plate is so fantastic. You know, they're kind of going, well, I came in here for a cup. What are you trying to sell me a plate for? And then I kind of go, okay, you want a cup? What sort of tea? What sort of drink do you drink out of that cup? What sort of? In that case, this cup here, I think you'll really enjoy. And that's where you're going to sort of start bringing up lots of things that inside you didn't really know existed, and it's going to help you loads going forward. Let's just see how the universe is trying to offer you this this pathway. So in the first month, they're already announcing what's going on here, because there's decisions need to be made on this side here with this Two of Pentacles. It's concentrating on one thing. It's also bringing something to the surface that is unseen, and we can see this within the rest of the card. There is choices to be made. That's why the Two of Swords was out here. The universe here, sort of before, in the month before, said, we've got your back. We're going to carry you from one side to the other. And they're also now giving you those clear view of where you should be going with that Queen of Swords. So as they're carrying you across from one dimension to another, from one reality to another in your workspace, the universe is turning around and sort of saying, and this is where we're going. Okay, let's just see how your guides are sort of influencing this sort of situation. The sun, the main influencer upon your karmic mission. The moon, as I said. You've got and also you've got the earth underneath. Look at that. You've got the moon, the earth, and the sun. How fucking brilliant. Did I just swear then? Do apologise. Yeah, so you got the sun. So I think this is with that emotions that you can put in to your career path and your job and etc. If you put in the fun into it, all of a sudden it's gonna shine light on you, and it's gonna make you it's gonna make you out to be really good at your job and stuff like that. It's gonna put you in a really nice position in regards to your financial or your career or your business, basically. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence you. So that's the Four of Swords. It was upside down. I don't normally read upside down cards because they're all what I do tend to put them all one way. But here I think is a case of through your application of your emotions and yourself within your workspace, that is going to provide you healing. It doesn't necessarily mean healing as in kind of going, oh, relax and that's it. There's many ways to do healing, and one of the ways is through activating your life, and that's what I do in my job. You know, I help people to activate their lives, basically, and I think this is the situation for you. As you apply yourself within the world, emotionally and etc., you're going to really enjoy it, and it's going to activate your life, and that's going to give you healing sessions, you know, healing sensations throughout your life, and it's going to bring towards the Ten of Cups, the happiness after difficulty, and I think this is what you're heading towards. This is for the going into the month of May through to June, basically, into Gemini season, and this is apparently going to bring through that happiness that you can see that's in the first part of the spring season or the autumn season, depending on where you are. It comes out in the relationship side, and now this transition sort of happening in this month. I think you're going to sort of see it coming in on your financial sort of side. And it's going to drive you towards a place where you're going to feel a lot happier and realize what you've gone through. Let's just see what the overall energy is for it. Queen of Swords, so the influence of the universe is now completely within your overall energy. It's what's affecting you by the 3rd month. You get this direction, and you've got a hard copy of the map. It's as if you've plugged in the address into your satellite system, your sat-nav system, and you're going to go off and follow that road. It's going to be really nice. That definitely wants to come out there. Ace of Cups. This is it. Ace of Cups. It's all going to sort of ply in together with the Empress with there as well. Yes, I knew we had the Empress on this side. The Ace of Cups is just, it's following your heart. And as I said earlier on, the universe, this is what they want you to do. Activate it so you follow your heart. And I wouldn't worry about the backbiters that you might have around you. They're going to be long gone, I think, already by this month. So, yeah, let's just see how the universe is influencing you. So the Chariot, it's bringing it in quickly. This change, this flip from there, it's almost as these healthy boundaries here is realizing the people that don't actually want your happiness and don't want your love. And you've realized that. You've put those healthy boundaries in place. And then all of a sudden you're going to be following your heart and going off to somewhere, going off in a direction of love, basically. And it's going to be coming in really quickly. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence this sort of path. Well, we've got the Page of Pentacles. So it's the start of something new. It's also the start of learning. It's learning about something physical. It's learning about living with someone. So it may be a case of moving in and etc. with somebody. It could be the start of a new journey. It feels like an absolute victory for you. And as you go down that path, as you follow that Ace of Cups, and you've been manifesting it, it's going to be coming in really quickly from the universe. And as it comes in, all of a sudden, you're going to realize you've got this beautifully plowed field. And now it's a case of start sowing those seeds and learning how to sort of put it all together. King of Wands. King of Wands. This is how you're influencing yourself. Excuse me, just going to have a cup of chai. This is how you're influencing yourself, and you're calling yourself to be the leader of your relationship, the leader of your love, the leader of your connection with the people that are around you. Being full on, basically, and just living it. And it's almost like a vacuum, once you start pulling on it, it's gonna sort of like pull itself. And this is what the universe is doing, and how you manifest it. Love is definitely in the air for you. Love is in the air. Right, yeah. So, yeah, it's looking almost, things are becoming concrete within your world. You had the 7 of Cups at the bottom there, and it's following your evident path. And that's what it's all about. Let's just see what's going on the on your financial sort of side. The Fool. I was just looking to see whether we had the Fool elsewhere. We didn't. But the Fool, it's the start of a new journey. It's now getting into that. It's heading off in that direction. It's throwing yourself off a cliff and knowing you're going to land on your 2 feet, your own 2 feet. It's taking a leap of faith, as it were, regardless of the world around them. You are just living your dream. It is the 0 card. It is the beginning of everything. All possibilities are on the table. Let's just see how the universe is influencing you. So now we've got also the Hierophant that was in here on your karmic path has now come up on your influence on the universe. And here there is no boundaries. There's no limit to your possibilities, simply because you've done the work, you've understood, you know how to do this, you know how to now apply your emotions into your material world, as well as your skill and expertise of what you do, and just being who you are, that sort of happy and fun-loving animal that you can be, which is what the sun's all about. And now the universe is sort of saying, now you've got the direction. Now, and they've given you the direction, they've helped you across that sort of thing. Now they're going to help you build that future. So 3 of Wands, This is a really good card in this position. Absolutely brilliant. If it was B down here, I'd say you were procrastinating, because sometimes we can all do that. But here it's a case where it's up in this section here. Now this is where our guides are trying to influence us, or we're trying to influence ourselves through coincidences and what have you. Our past is sort of trying to influence us. And the Three of Wands is the harbour master. So basically the guides are there sort of bringing in new opportunities with new boats and allowing other opportunities to go out. And it's that real sort of exchange that's going on. It's the beginning of success. It's the half of the Six of Wands, which is ultimate success in a way. And here is where your guides are really setting things up. That if you take that leap of faith and you follow on your path and you open up to your material side of life, even if it's starting a business or starting a new job or going for a career path, you have the understanding and the know-how in order to get there. You've now started to apply your emotions, and it's going to start bringing things towards you, as it were. So it's going to be auto-creating finances. It could be like, imagine it's like you've invented something and you sell that thing online, and you no longer have to do to it. It just sells. It's a passive income. That's the sort of thing that sort of like seems to be creating for you at the moment. Look at this, King of Cups and the King of Wands on this side here. The passion of life. All of a sudden, this is where you've got complete and utter control over your emotions in regards to the world that is around you, within your material world, that is. And it's plain sailing for you. You know what you're doing. You know where you're going. You're really in your groove, basically. You've got all these passionate things happening on your relationship side. It's a real learning curve, or I wouldn't even say learning curve. An exercise in application, basically. That's what it seems to be like. With the Nine of Wands at the end of it. Now, on the other set of cards, you've got like the Ten of Wands, which shows this sort of barrier that goes between the beginning of the rainbow and the end of the rainbow, and that's the happiness after difficulty sort of scenario. And it's a repetitive thing. It's a rhythmical sort of thing. You've had it down here in that karmic mission on the second month, and it's gradually filtered through here. So you'll actually sort of see, with success, not only comes responsibility, but with success, people are going to want to have a piece of you. And as you start building success, not only in your sort of material world, but also within your relationship life, people may want to sort of, want a piece of this good vibration that's coming from Virgo. Yeah, you can give it out willingly. And, I would giving it out in a way willingly. But there is a case to be said here that I think there's a bit of a sort of Six of Pentacles scenario where it has to be a fair exchange. And I think that's what the Nine of Wands is all about for you. Let's just have a quick look in the next sort of like 3 months. Let's see, we'll pick a first few cards. We got that Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, sorry, not Ace of Swords, and the Page of Wands. So it's being strong and true to yourself, I think, in regards to your enjoyment. The moment you start doing that, all of a sudden you're going to be following a very passionate path that's going to open up for you through your connection to everything, and you're going to take that wand and start to walk with it to become that King of Wands. And that King of Wands will probably be up on here. And the Nine of Wands is a similar sort of situation. They're taking one wand on and they're living with it. It's all about understanding, that's the thing with the wands as well. She's holding on to one wand. It's realizing the passion that you have for life, basically. Thank you very much, Virgo, for being with us. Yeah, really enjoyed that. Thank you for your support, subscribing and all of that. We do have the collective reading that goes out there. We also did a reading on the changing aspects of the energy structures within your chakras, which you can find on our channel as well. We did the last one, which was on the heart chakra and the sacrum as well. Very interesting things going on in the energy fields at the moment. So yeah, you might want to go and have a look at that. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.